day in the city with all this rain, and lots of little ghouls and goblins are going to be running around Brookfield Zoo this weekend for the annual Boo at the Zoo.
It really sets the tone, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's like drab.
This is the 50th annual Zoo Halloween celebration, and Glenn Granite, the Director of Animal Care and Guest Encounters at Brookfield Zoo, is joining us live right now. Hey, Glenn, for people who haven't been there, tell us what to expect at the frightfully fun event.
We got all kinds of cool things in store for you. We're going to start off with Athena. That is a great horned owl, and she's being handled today by Craig. They're actually native to this area. You don't often see them because they're nocturnal. They're active at night. They're called great horned, and what you see on their head is not horns, and it's not even ears. Those are feathers. Their ears are on the side of the head, and they have a really cool adaptation. Often if a bird flies over you, you can hear the flapping, but their wings are so designed that they don't make any noise at all. So when they're hunting snakes and rats and mice like that, they can scoop down and get them pretty good. Now the reason she's at the zoo is because she was injured in the wild, so she's non-releasable. She could not survive on her own. So we've got her here, and we can talk to people about great horned owls. And if you start January, February, March, that's when they start putting their nest sites together, and you can hear them vocalizing a lot.
I feel like Athena's just staring into my soul.
And next on our agenda,
who else do you have? Yeah, who else do you have?
we have a ball python. This is Casper. She is all white, but interesting enough, she's not an albino, because if you look at her very closely, her eyes are black. They're from Africa. Jill's been handling her since Casper was just a little bitty snake about the size of a worm. And by the way, she's one of my favorite snakes of all time. They're really nice animals. I know some people like having snakes for pets, and this is a nice one, this species, because that's about as big as they get. So they're not dangerous. They're not going to harm people or animals. And they live probably 15 to 18 years. And as you can see, Casper's very comfortable with Jill. Yeah. And you can see the tongue going in and out. And what that's doing is she's testing the air around her to see what's around her. So she knows that there's warm-blooded animals of some type around her and stuff, but we're just a little bit too big for her plate.
Casper's pretty fascinating.
Yeah. And we have saved the best for last. This is a Brazilian salmon spider. I'm going to put my hand just down there a little bit so you can get an idea how big it is. These are absolutely excellent animals. Again, they're about half the size of a plate. Their mouth is such that if you have them flat in your hand, they cannot bite you because they have kind of pincers. But their main defense is all the little hairs on them. And if they're stressed out or if they think something's wrong, they're going to kick those off at you. And they're going to stick to you, and you can get them in your eyes, and they're very painful. So it's a really, really good defense mechanism for them. When we keep these, we always keep them on the ground to keep them safe because their bodies are actually very fragile. So if they fall off a table, it could really hurt them.
Wow, I mean, I learned a lot here about those three creatures, and Casper, I like the name. Glenn, Glenn Granite from the Brookfield Zoo, thank you so much for sharing your time and your animals with us from the zoo and not bringing them into the studio.
You know, a little spotter up here on the desk?
I don't know if I wanted a tarantula on the desk, but really, I mean, thank you so much. Learned a lot, truly. And Boo at the Zoo is at Brookfield Zoo this weekend and next weekend from 10:30 until 4 in the afternoon. For more information, including admission prices and event schedules, head to cbschicago.com. And you said you've been there before with the girls?
Girls have been there. Boo at the Zoo.